In a remote village tucked deep within the forests of eastern India, there exists an old warning passed down through whispered conversations and fearful glances. The elders say that once the sun sinks behind the trees, no one should open their doors after midnight, no matter who knocks. This warning isn't superstition, it is a memory soaked in blood and silence. The village of Chandrapur had no streetlights, no paved roads, only mud paths and oil lamps glowing faintly through cracked windows. At night, the forest pressed close, alive with cicadas, owls, and the sound of branches snapping as if something large moved just beyond sight. People locked their doors early, barred their windows, and prayed sleep would come quickly. Ramesh, a schoolteacher newly transferred to Chandrapur, had heard the warning on his first day. The shopkeeper's voice trembled when he said, "If someone knocks after midnight, do not answer." Ramesh laughed it off. He was educated, rational, and tired of village myths. Ghosts did not exist. Fear did. On the 7th night of his stay, sleep refused to come. The air was unnaturally still. Even the insects had gone silent. Then, just as the clock struck 12:07 a.m., the knock came. It was slow, deliberate. Knock, knock, knock. Ramesh froze. His heart pounded as he stared at the wooden door. A woman's voice followed, soft, cracked, and trembling. "Please, open the door. I'm hurt." He recognized the voice. It sounded like Meera, a young woman from the village whose husband had died months earlier. Against his better judgment, he approached the door and asked who she was. The voice replied immediately, but now it was closer to the door than before. "Why won't you let me in, Ramesh?" Cold dread crawled up his spine. He hadn't told anyone his name. He backed away slowly, remembering the warning. Outside, the knocking stopped. Silence returned, thick and heavy. After several minutes, relief washed over him. Then the knocking resumed. This time, it came from the window behind him. The voice was no longer pleading, it was smiling. "Doors won't save you." Ramesh ran into the bedroom and hid until morning, clutching a prayer he barely remembered. When sunlight finally crept in, the village gathered outside his house. The elder pointed silently to the ground. Around the house were wet footprints, but they were wrong. They faced toward the house, never away, and they ended at the walls. The elder finally spoke. That was not Meera. She died last winter, clawing at her own door. Ramesh left the village that day. Years later, he would learn the full story. During a famine decades ago, a woman was locked out of her home by her family, accused of being cursed. She froze to death while begging to be let in. Since then, she returns, knocking, calling names, learning voices. And if you ever open the door after midnight, you are never found whole. Some say she still knocks, listening, waiting.